High-intensity workouts are making you fat. Everybody's wrong about this, but I'm going to tell you the truth, and this is backed up by clinical research. If you're working out hard enough that you lose your breath, you're going to want to listen to this. There are 3 ways your high-intensity workouts are making you fat, and here they are. Number 1, high-intensity workouts strip your muscle tissue, especially if you're doing them fasted.
I guess technically if you're doing excessive amounts of cardio, you could potentially put yourself at a risk of losing muscle. But for the majority of people, high-intensity interval training actually helps preserve lean body mass when in a caloric deficit.
High-intensity exercise spikes your stress hormones like cortisol and prolactin. Spiking stress hormones like cortisol and prolactin is clinically proven to lead to more belly fat.
If you have a cortisol or prolactin-producing issue, yes, this may lead to increased abdominal fat. But this is a clinical manifestation and you would be diagnosed by a practitioner. But during exercise, cortisol simply works to regulate energy metabolism, and it's actually one of the things that allows you to lose more fat during exercise because it works on the fat tissue to help release fatty acids, which are subsequently used by the muscles. And if you didn't have cortisol during exercise, you would feel extremely fatigued and you would get muscular exhaustion, because cortisol is extremely important for exercise. Additionally, exercise decreases 24-hour cortisol measurements, and this is dependent upon the intensity of the exercise. Meaning the higher intensity the exercise you do, the less cortisol you will have throughout the day, and the less cortisol you'll have at night, meaning you'll get deeper, more restful sleep. So the totality of the evidence indicates that cortisol increases during exercise will not impair fat loss, and they may actually help it.
Number 3, high-intensity exercise causes you to eat more food, like way more food.
Obviously, you can monitor if high-intensity exercise makes you hungrier. But all the science that he was talking about completely disagree with his hypothesis. High-intensity exercise appears to improve appetite control by acting as an appetite suppressant. This study indicated there was no increase in energy intake, but because of the increase in energy expenditure, there was a significant reduction in body weight. In high-intensity training, which increases your heart rate greater than 60% of your VO2 max, has a fairly profound reduction in appetite. And if you want to get extremely nerdy, lactoylphenylalanine, which is shortened to LAC-Phe, is a metabolite produced during exercise that decreases appetite. And the higher the intensity of the exercise, the more LAC-Phe we produce, and the more appetite suppressive effects we have. This was initially discovered in mice, and was later shown that humans also produce LAC-Phe during high-intensity exercise, which might be one of the reasons for all of the studies I mentioned earlier. So high-intensity training isn't going to make you fat, and if you enjoy it, keep doing it. But always make sure you're eating enough protein, enough micronutrients, and you're doing some sort of resistance training to ensure that you are building or maintaining as much muscle as possible. And if you'd like an individualized approach to nutrition and exercise to optimize your health, energy, and body composition, send me a DM to sign up for coaching.